Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Carolyn and you've reached me on our Simple Abundance year. We're following through Sarah Ban Beathnach's book, Simple Abundance, talking all about her principles this year and summarizing her various daily entries. And normally I do that with her newest version of the book that was revised at the end of 2019. But occasionally, like today, I do pull from her older version of Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy, written back in the late 1990s. And I wanted to do that because there's a few entries related to the topic of success that we've been talking about that are great, and they're not in the new book. So first one I wanted to talk about is the Tao of Success. That's T-A-O. We talked about Tao briefly back when we were talking about the home. I think it was in terms of home caring, right? Well, this is in terms of success. So let's see what she says. This is the Tao of success. And like every other truth, it's at once very simple, but also very difficult. Not the understanding as much as the doing, because the Tao of success is patience and persistence. That makes sense, right? We didn't talk about how do you be successful. We were just really talking about success as a thing, right? Or an experience. So yes, to be successful, it does take some kind of action, right? So patience and perseverance, that makes sense. Like if you think about an inventor or a chemist or somebody that's doing experiments just to try to get the perfect formula to make something happen. They have to have a lot of patience, and we talked about failure, they may have some failures, and so having patience and perseverance, it makes sense. So patience is the art of waiting, right? It's how you use your time to your advantage, how to be in the right place at the right time, how to pick your moments, how to bite your tongue. Yeah, I would think that on occasion, right? Patience is discovering the mysterious pattern of cycles that cradle the universe and ensure that everything that has happened once will reoccur. Yeah, so again, that would be like in a scientific experiment. You would want the same thing to happen every time with those specific ingredients, if you want to say that. Perseverance in life is being steadfast. Persistence is often being stubborn. It is grittier than perseverance. Wait a minute. Persistence, is grittier than perseverance. Okay. Perseverance is achievement's perspiration. Persistence is its sweat. So it sounds like they're pretty intertwined. Persistence is knocking on heaven's door so often and so loudly on behalf of your dreams that eventually you'll be given what you want just to shut you up. That's funny. We've talked about knocking on heaven's door before. There's a poem here that it's written by a Lebanese poet. I'm not going to read it, but it does talk about how there's 3 times in the poem that the person says, I did not go mad. So yes, when you're trying to do something over and over again, you could think about that it's almost a form of madness, right? If you are determined to gather life's honey, because the poem is about honey and a honeycomb and everything, to stick your hand into the hive again and again, to be stung so many times that you become numb to the pain, to persevere and persist till those who know you and love you become unable to think of you as a fairly normal woman, you will not be called mad, you will be called authentic. So we talked about authentic success on one of the recent videos, right? So it's not easy. It's not easy. And I just saw a comment on one of the other entries about one of you shared how you did something that was really out of your comfort zone. And you had like a weird reaction and maybe felt like people didn't honor it, but you were so strong in your authenticity. I mean, bravo. And so as far as that goes, I think the more persistent you are and the more you so that might have been the first experience like that. And now the other experiences are going to probably be easier, So I can see, sorry, that I don't know if that totally ties in, but I really felt like it did. It was really a great comment. And I hope you guys read the comments because you all have the best insight. I love your comments. So check that out. I think it was on the first entry about success. So I hope you are thinking about how you can have perseverance and persistence and patience when it comes to success, because it's not always like an overnight thing, right? So another entry from the old book is called affinities. And when you think of the word affinities, what do you think of? I know I think of, like, when I say somebody has an affinity for, I almost think it's something that comes naturally. You know, they may have honed their skills, but it's almost like when you say somebody has an affinity for something, usually I sort of think of it as like symbiotic, that like they probably didn't even have to try, right? I don't know. What do you think? So she talks a bit about ambition in this one in terms of success. Listen to this sentence because you're going to have to think about it. I had to read it about 5 times to like and I don't even know that I can and I can really like discuss it well, but listen to this. Ambition is achievement's soulmate. Action is the matchmaker that brings these affinities together so that sparks can begin to fly and we can set the world on fire. So just like persistence and perseverance were kind of like twins, now we have the soulmate and the matchmaker here. We think highly of achievement, right? I think that's true. What if ambition is a gift from spirit, she asks. What if ambition is part of the authentic package, generously bestowed on us when we were given our personal gifts? Maybe, right? Like if you are feeling really ignited, like we talked about when we were trying to figure out what our gifts are, or what your idea may be that you might have, like, you know that it's divinely inspired if you forget to eat, right? Remember we talked about things like that just set your soul on fire, you know, like you're so engrossed in it. What if our refusal to channel our ambitions for our highest good and the highest good of those and the ones we love and the rest of the world is the real corruption of power, she suggests. Wow. Think of all that could be accomplished if women cherished their ambitions and brought them into the light where they belong. Think of how our lives could be transformed if we respected ambition and gave grateful thanks for being entrusted with such a miraculous gift. One thing is certain, we cannot achieve without ambition. Yeah, so those were the soulmates, right? And then action, ambition in motion, she says, is what produces an achievement. Yeah, I think in order to be successful, you have to take action, right? Yeah, for sure. I think that those are the only 2 I'm going to talk about today because otherwise it'll be a really long video. So I'll be back again. We have a couple more entries to talk about in the old book, and then I'll get back to the new book as well because she's got some new entries in there that are also relevant. So thank you so much for watching and following the channel. I love all of you, and I hope you're having a wonderful week. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.